Are you thinking of selling your home or business? Hi, I'm Gloria, and as a realtor, I know that getting rid of the clutter in your home is one of the best ways to help sell your house quickly. At Jessup Premium Storage, our family-owned company provides a convenient and secure building for all of your storage needs. We now offer outdoor covered parking for that antique car, boat, or RV. Due to our recent expansion, we offer units that range in size from as small as a bedroom closet to as big as a one-car garage. All of our units are inside and climate controlled with 24-hour access and security. Our leases run month to month, so you're not locked into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call. 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage.
They're cool, clean, and secure.
This is Sammy Dixon at the all-new Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. If you haven't had a chance to come see our new state-of-the-art showroom, then there's no better time than right now. While you're here, take advantage of huge savings on new Ford trucks. Get more than $10,000 off on select new F-150s while they last. You must hurry. They're going fast. Over $10,000 off on the best-selling truck in America for 39 straight years. You can also take advantage of money-saving, low interest rates on new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Our new, bigger showroom means more inventory, and that means bigger savings for you. Come to the house at Good Service Built and buy from Mike Birch Ford, and we'll give you 5 free oil changes while in 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty.
If you're looking for an incredible deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the dealer who has always put you first, stop the search. Call the all-new Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear.
This is Sammy Dixon saying thank you. Thank you very much for your business.
All right, 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, you're listening to The Big Dog, WIFO-FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Good morning, Butch Hubbard here with you. Monday morning, 13th day of June. So we do appreciate you tuning in here early on this Monday morning. We're going to have sunny and hot temperatures today. High today near 95, heat index over 102. And tomorrow, 94, heat index of 102. So a couple of very hot days today, and tomorrow, sunny and hot. The Omaha Brewdals is 7.4 feet and falling. Currently here in southeast Georgia, we have 79 degrees. All right, Butch and Bob Show. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
So you had to sit out there in the heat all weekend?
I didn't have to sit out in the heat. I went to a restaurant, got in the air conditioning, but 6 hours.
6 hours between games?
Games was absurd.
And they want you to spend some money locally, don't they?
I guess I don't know what they're doing. I just know Coach Callaway wasn't there. So he's retired, so things have changed. So apparently not for the better. No, I mean, they had to run the rule, but they didn't have any time. You got to have time limits on those games. You can't drag those games out. So
okay,
most tournaments have time limits. So it was just absurd. Everything got way behind, and had to wait around 6 hours for it. They played their second game. So
okay. All right.
It was a long day in lines on Saturday. Longer than I anticipated.
How many teams do we have playing over there in the Lions tournament this weekend?
Let's see, we had 2 midget teams playing, had the Mike girls team playing.
When does the All-Stars begin?
This is All-Stars.
I mean,
this is like the district for Wayne County starts the 24th.
Okay, the 24th.
Yeah. Here we're hosting the midget tournaments here.
Okay.
But there's other teams in action before that. The Fleet division, I think, goes straight to state. I think a team's going somewhere. I got to get all that information from the rec director, but one of the Fleet division teams is already going straight to state. So
okay.
They're not playing in regular. They're playing in something else. The Dizzy Dean Classic or something.
The Dizzy Dean Classic, yeah.
But it's just a long day, hot day in lines.
Yeah, very hot out there this weekend. And today and tomorrow is going to be very hot, so we encourage folks to try to stay indoors as much as possible. If you're going to do something, do it early in the morning and right before right around sunset.
So I just told Kay, I don't think you get a good feel of how the kids are after they have to sit around and wait 7 hours before they play another game.
Well.
But that's the way it was.
Okay. Well, interesting story. You had the lead off this morning that we're going to get $2.5 million back on the flip of
$5
money.
million on the flip of money. Finally got a settlement. So
Okay.
got that story over the weekend by several sources. So hopefully we'll get that check soon. It's good news for the school board because they get a good portion of that.
Yeah.
So they don't even put that in their budget because it's been so long since we've gotten, it's been a long, drawn-out struggle.
It has been a long
Like I
time.
said, lawyers, politicians, legislators, everybody's been involved somehow, some way. So, but the good news, the settlement has been reached, and the amount that will be headed our way is $2.5 million.
Okay. 2.5 mil.
County gets a portion, school board gets a portion. I'm not sure
I think it's 60-40
I
or
think
something.
it is. I think the school board gets 60 and the county gets 40. I believe that's correct.
Approximately, yeah. It's somewhere along there. School board has a little bit more bigger budget than the county does.
Denise Griffiths can give me those details, so I'll check with her this week. But the word is that settlement has been reached and 2.5 million is coming our way.
Okay.
Not what we anticipated. That's not the figure that was first stated. How much they owed.
Yeah. But I will give you something.
But as they say, something's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah. It's just amazing how you can send the government your money and you feel thankful that you can get a portion of it back. Oh, thank you, when it was our money in the first place. Okay.
It's nice that it's settled. They can put it behind them and go from there.
Okay.
It's much needed, I know that.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So what do you think they're going to do with the 2.5 mil?
Yeah. The school board, if I had to guess, they're talking about trying to improve that trackage system. That might be. They're talking about money. So
Yeah, well, we'll see what they do with their.
that could be a possibility.
Yeah, their part.
I don't know what the county's going to do with their part, but
Yeah.
the school board, if I had to guess, would.
Well, you never can tell what they might
I
do.
mean, they've been discussing what they're going to do with the track, how much money it's going to cost.
Right.
Is it feasible? Well, now it might be feasible to fix it. I don't know.
People want to know where this money's coming from. And if you got any questions or comments for us here on the Butch and Bob Show, we're sounding over-modulated here. I'm going to have to check with Jonathan on that. Maybe something's turned way up too high here. If you got any questions or comments for us here on the Butch and Bob Show, you can always text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. Where is that money coming from? Can you explain? Some people don't know what the flip of money is.
I wish I knew the whole explanation, but it's forest land, something other. It's money.
Something to do with,
It's money that's taxed on our timber land, and we
they
paid that taxes.
They said they were going
We're
to get it
supposed to
back.
get a portion back, and for something the state set up that was agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have to have somebody officially that knows more about it to explain it in total. So
Right.
I'm not the person to, I'm not expertise on this.
It's having to do with the taxes on the forest land. They were taxed and said, well, you'll get it back because we just need the money now, blah, blah, blah. All that kind of good stuff. So
I just know it's been a battle, and like I said, they've asked Tommy Williams to step in, Bill Werkheiser stepped in, Chad Nimmer stepped in. The Board of Assessors, at one time threatened to sue. I'm not sure if they sued, but it's just been a mess. It's been a constant struggle, constant battle.
Right.
But, now a settlement has finally been reached, and what I understand is we're getting $2.5 million from the state.
Well, let's hope so, and then get it put in the coffers and do what they need to do with it. Well, I know in the county part, they still won't have to borrow as much.
I talked to one of the Board of Assessors. They said once they get the check, they're going to come in on the Butch and Bob Show and explain everything and discuss it. So
that's good.
We'll when that day comes, we'll let everybody know so they can listen. And like I said, let those people explain exactly what it is and what the big struggle was.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm just not expertise on the.
Not expertise on it.
I can basically tell you what it stands worth.
I know. It's something to do with the forest land.
It's forest land, something protection.
The moral of that story is when you send money into Atlanta or Washington, D.C., and they expect you said we're going to send it back, I don't take that with a grain of salt.
I just know most of the budget sessions for the school board, they would state that they're not even anticipating getting it because it's been so long since we got it. So they said there's no sense putting that projection in the budget if you're not going to get it. So to me, it's kind of like a windfall. The school board's going to get a nice check that they weren't anticipating. So we'll see what they decide to do with it. But that's a good possibility. They could use that money to possibly, take it to fix the track at JC Stadium for this short-term solution. I said the long-term solution is to build the track that they want to build.
Right. It's the long-term solution.
Apparently, that's going to take place in the East Lost.
It says, someone just texted in, it's the Forest Land Protection Act. Forest Land Protection Act. Flip them. Forest Land Protection Act. The rate on the large tracts of land was reduced by the state. The state then covers those funds back to the local county.
There you go.
Okay?
Well, they were supposed to, but we never got it. That's how the argument.
Reduced the amount on it. We were supposed to get that amount back from the state for the land being valued less.
The county and the school board kept looking for their check, and they never got a check. So, and I said they had to talk to attorneys and legislators and politicians, and it's been a long, drawn-out struggle. But a settlement has been reached upon and agreed upon, and that's the settlement that we've been told by our sources that Wayne County is receiving $2.5 million.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's another thing that's behind this now. Of course, the coal ash situation is still going on. Did you talk about the rail spur this morning?
They made a decision. There's not going to be another public hearing. The Corps of Engineers was requested.
Yeah.
They're not having any more hearings on the rail spur. They believe they've heard everything that needs to be heard. So the question is, what's going to be their decision?
Right. So we know you don't want it, but we'll decide whether you need it or not.
Like I said, when we had that public hearing at AT College, they all look like they're in.
Follow the money trail, you'll follow the story, you'll follow the motivation.
I don't feel real confident they're going to do what we want to do, but that's just me.
Okay.
If I'm in Vegas betting on whether they get this permit, I'm betting they get the permit.
Okay.
That's just me individually watching the whole process unfold and seeing how it all works out. And like I said, I still believe the issues with the federal government who changed it from toxic to non-toxic, who changed it from hazardous to non-hazardous, and nobody can answer that question. I've asked everybody. Nobody's got the answer to that question.
Yeah, there's some money reason behind this.
They assume what the answer is. He said, suitcases full of money with some politician, but it's always about the money. So that's it's just a sad situation,
Yeah. Oh well, we'll keep an eye on that story as it continues to move along there. So we'll see what happens with them. We had that story on the surface mining, and that's been kind of out of the public eye for a while now. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it next. And Jonathan just got back in. Jonathan, we're sounding over-modulated. Is anything turned up too loud, or is it just my headphones? Could be just my headphones.
I think it's the heat.
All right, let's see here.
Jonathan says it's the heat.
It's the heat. It's not the heat. It's not the heat. Sounds like something's turned up way too high.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Well, I'll try a different headphone then, see if that's it, or maybe something was, where I plug it in there.
It's going to be hot for day.
Oh yeah, hot today, hot tamale. Yeah. So your Pittsburgh Penguins are the world champs in hockey, huh?
They still haven't been able to close it out at home, so that's the thing. They always win it on the road, but they did win it, so that's good news. I know a lot of relatives in Pennsylvania are extremely happy, so I just can't get that excited.
You're just not that excited about hockey, which really surprises me.
I did watch the last period though last night.
Just getting that celebration mood.
I got tired of watching the terror in Orlando. Got sick of that. So I just had to flip the channel because that was just too depressing to watch all that. So,
oh man, was that terrible last night or what? I mean Saturday night or what? Man, geez. Some guy walking into a club and just let it go, and 50 people dead, 53. That's just that night in the hospitals and injured and everything. You just wonder what goes. It's like his ex-wife said, he wasn't seen to be quite right. One moment he'd be just nice as can be, the next moment he'd flip out, and here comes that other side of him out. And so I just feel for all the folks that were there and their families and their friends, that tragedy down there in Orlando. Of course, you're going to have some politicians going to use this week and the next week to promote their their agenda on guns and gay rights and all that kind of stuff. So they're talking about what a lot of folks think needs to be talked about is how do you keep this this terrorism to continue to happen here in America? I mean, what do you do about a lone wolf like that? Of course, I understand he was on the police watch list in a sense.
Yeah, the strange story is the question keeps being asked. He was interviewed twice by the FBI, or several times, but I think it was 3 times they interviewed him. And how is he able to walk in and purchase a gun? That's the question.
That's what gets. How was he purchase a gun?
I mean, you think the red flag would be up. This guy doesn't. But the big issue when that is, like I said, these lone wolves are. That's the scary thing in America. These Islamic, these people that, for some reason or another, buy into all this craziness and decide to take matters in their own hands. So how do you defend against that? That's going to be a big issue going forward. That's why the big campaign's underway. And like I said, the big issue is which candidate do you think can do something to protect us? Can you protect us? And that was just, I don't know. But
I don't know. What do you do when one looks like that?
The thing that you don't understand is that the president refuses to call it Islamic terrorism.
I mean, do that. No, he just refuses at any time this happens.
Everybody else you listen to, if you watch the news reports last night, and he's making a call to 911, pledging his allegiance to ISIS. So it is what it is. And that's what's scary. If you have this guy was born in America, grew up in America, educated in America, and for some reason gets on the internet and starts believing in Islamic terrorism and takes the matters in his own hand. But that's the problem that you see, and that's the big fear that Americans have. How do you prevent other incidents like this taking place? We've seen it in Boston, we've seen other places, so it just continues to happen, and it's just a bad situation. So how do you deal with it? I don't know.
Right.
But the first thing you do is you have to identify the problem. And unfortunately, the President of the United States refuses to identify the problem, refuses to even call it what it is. So that seems to be a major problem to me.
Well, instead of addressing that issue, you'll have a lot of politicians out there that'll say, well, you need to protect the gays and more, and you need to have more gun control and la. And it's really a fight. We're basically in a war, in a sense, with thousands and hundreds of thousands of people waking up every day being trained to do some sort of harm to America.
This is the longest ongoing war. It's happened since 9/11, and it's been ongoing since, and it's a constant struggle, constant battle. So, and then you get all these people arguing about, is it an infringement of the rights if they do all the stuff that they did under President Bush? It's just do you want to be protected or you don't want to be protected? If you're going to be protected, you have to have certain things you going to have to deal with, just like security, airport security, things like that. I don't know about you, but I don't mind waiting a couple hours longer as long as they're making sure
the plane is safe. Right? As long as that plane is safe, I'm just at it.
But
it's a shame we've had to get ourselves in this kind of situation because of a certain small group of people that just takes things to extreme.
I don't think they've released the 911 tape, but apparently in between him shooting people, he called 911.
He did.
But I don't think they've released that tape yet. I think once they release that tape, I think people will realize what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a serious issue, and that's the sad thing. And unfortunately, the leader of the country who sits in the White House every day refuses to call it what it is.
Well, then you had that other guy out in California that was on his way to a gay pride parade with all those weapons on him, but luckily he was caught. Yeah.
That's what they said last night. They talked to these people that deal with terrorism. Unfortunately, incidents have happened, but they said you'd be surprised how many had been thwarted, because of intelligence and things like that. So
that we just don't know about.
We just don't know about.
Yeah.
Who was it? Buddy Carter, when he was here, didn't he say that he goes home and he wants just to lock his kids up?
He hears some of that stuff being a congressman.
Right. He's on that committee, and they get all that information. And he says the stories you hear and the plots that you hear about it's not a good situation.
No.
He says it's a very scary situation. Like I said, he wants to come home and just lock everybody up in a safe place because he's on that committee and hears it on a routine basis. So
yeah,
it's just a very scary situation. It's a very real situation. But like I said, you can't live in fear. But the question is, how do you deal with all this? Like I said, the first thing you do is you identify what it is. But we have some politicians who refuse to identify what the problem is.
That's
so
true.
if you don't identify the problem, you can't deal with the problem.
Well, I'm just thankful there's folks in federal, state, and local law enforcement that are diligent and do their due diligence every single day to try to thwart these things to make sure they don't happen. And if they didn't, so many more of these would have happened already.
It's just a very sad situation that you're out there partying, having a good time, and then trash destruction. We've seen it in the movie theater. We saw it at the Boston Marathon. I said, we've seen it in different places. Didn't realize this was the most people killed.
The most ever one time.
Right. Just, for some reason, I thought the movie theater had more people than that. For some reason, I don't know.
But there's been other ones that's happened like this. If it had to been for a gun jamming or someone jumping the guy or something like that, you could have had as many happen. Man, it's just a very sad news. Very sad news, and our thoughts and prayers goes out to the victims' families, and our prayers goes out to all the ones that are wounded in this tragic incident in Orlando late Saturday night.
Sad stuff.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's just, you just wonder sometimes, you just really like, what are these people thinking? But that's the society we live in, Bob. All right, what's going on this week? Anything happening this week that people need to know about?
I'm ready for the NBA Finals. I said Draymond Green got suspended, so LeBron cried enough to the officials that the conspiracy theories out that they want Cleveland to win the NBA title. So we'll see how it all plays out. See if Cleveland can pull up to win at Golden State and force a Game 6 back in Cleveland and get Game 7. So, but we'll see. I think the Splash Brothers will come through tonight. So we'll see how it plays out. Still picking Golden State to win, but there's a lot of argument. It'll be a big topic on AM 1370 Fox Sports whether he should have been suspended or not suspended.
Well, didn't those two fight?
It wasn't a fight. It was more of an altercation. It was more verbal than it was anything else. I mean, it wasn't a fight. So
what did they suspend him for then?
Well, he has another incident. He's been warned several times. So the question is, how many warnings does he get before you have to suspend him? So some argue that the NBA didn't have any choice; they had to suspend him. But other people think that it's a finals and it wasn't a physical altercation, so they don't understand why he's being suspended for a verbal altercation. But LeBron complained that he said something to him that he's not supposed to say to him. So. And LeBron is the king, as they say. So
LeBron is the king.
Some are calling him the crybaby king. So
Bob.
I'm not a big LeBron fan.
Okay, not a big one.
I don't understand LeBron. If I was coaching LeBron, he would never take a 3-point shot. He's unstoppable going to the basket. He's bigger, stronger than everybody else.
Oh yeah,
just take it
through there.
Right, just take it to the glass.
Take it in there.
And if you don't make the basket, they're going to foul you and go to the line and shoot free throws. Why you're shooting 3-pointers, I have no idea.
Guess he's trying to show that he can do it too, like the Splash Brothers, huh?
I guess, but it doesn't make any sense. LeBron, you're bigger, faster, stronger than anybody on the court. Take it to the hole.
I agree.
But he doesn't. He likes to sit out there and shoot 3-pointers and throw a lot of bricks up there. So that's why it's going to be 2-5 in the finals.
Amazing.
I'm looking for Golden State to close it out tonight, but most people believe that with Green not on the court, that Cleveland could possibly win tonight, force it to Game 6 back in Cleveland, and force a Game 7, which most TV networks want.
Oh yeah, definitely they want that. They pay big bucks for those things. More games.
So the conspiracy theory comes in. I heard it last night on AM 1370 Fox Sports. This guy was complaining. They're just doing this because they won a Game 7. That's all they're doing it for. They want LeBron to win.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Braves continue to struggle. The Cubs continue to roll. 13-2. That's not good.
No, not good. That's a wipeout right there.
Long season for the Braves.
Yeah,
they did well in the draft. They said they got a lot of good pitching in the draft. So maybe they got a bunch of It's going to be interesting when they move in that stadium. Who they're going to get.
Who do you think they're going to go for manager?
That's a good question. I don't know. I just like to know who they're going to go after free agency. They're going to have to find some talent on the field.
Oh, yeah. They got to find some talent. No doubt about that.
Got to have name marquee players for people to show up.
You don't have to put a winning squad together to pay off that new stadium. Can't do it with a loser.
No fun going to watch them lose 13-2.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, any other words of wisdom this morning, Bob?
Like I said, just a busy week. Like I said, they get those pre-trial motions today at 9:30 in court for that murder trial set for next week. So we'll have an update on that hopefully this week.
Okay, have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Mike Birch Ford and Blackshear, Jessup Premium Stores located out here the Waycross Highway, and also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. Located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup, right across from the Heritage Bank. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, WIFO. The time now is 8:26 on this Monday morning, the 13th day of June. Sunny and hot today, heat index over 100. High today of around 96, heat index of 102. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a 30% chance tomorrow. High tomorrow of 94 with a heat index of 102. And then 50% chance of showers, a high of 92 on Wednesday. So today and tomorrow, extremely hot, so be careful when you're doing outdoor activities. Time now is 8:27, 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. And we want to give you a chance to win 2 free tickets to Splash in the Burrow Water Park in Statesboro. Now, doesn't that sound good to be in that nice, cool water?